Welcome to the Model Probe tutorials. In this first tutorial we will look at creating a project, adding a model to the project, and then doing some grouping within the project. When you first start Model Probe, of course it comes up with a blank screen because we've got nothing in it. It normally shows over here the list of projects and models that we have open. So let's begin. We'll create a new project just by clicking on the button there. I can also do it with the File menu using the New Project command. So New Project 1 isn't a very good name, so just by clicking on it to select and then clicking again, I can rename that project. So I'm going to call it the Training Project. Enter, and that's done. Now, next thing I need to do is add a model. I've already saved some IFC files to disk, so I'm just going to go and add a model to it. Again, I could have done this from the File menu. Scroll down and I'll find that model there. It takes a little while while it gets loaded and examined. It comes up. Sample House is the name of the model that was in the IFC file. So whoever created this model called it Sample House. I can change the name of that just the same way. Just click on it and then click on it again and type a new name. I'll leave the name the way it is. If I have multiple models, so one for electrical, one for mechanical, one for engineering, one for architectural, I could bring them all into the same project and then just choose the one I want. So I'm just going to double click on that project right now, and that will open it up in Model Probe. When Model Probe starts, we notice first of all on the left hand side we have a list of elements. So slabs, stairs, roofs, walls, windows, that sort of thing. These are the groupings of elements that are in the project. If I click on one, let's just pick on windows for a moment here. Now I'll see down in the, you can see down the bottom the properties for windows. Groups I'll come to in a minute. And as I pick on elements, properties, they're added to the list of properties that are shown at the top. So I can examine the various elements that way. Let's go back and look at doors. I've got 3 different door types. They're unassigned as to the groups. Some of them have assembly code. They're marked as interior doors. Some other properties are brought up by default. I can, again, display the a different data that I want, and see the property showing up on the screen at the top, so I can start to examine it. The first thing I'm going to want to do with my project is to group the elements into logical groupings for the specification. So here I've got 2 sets of interior doors and probably a set of exterior doors. So let's just take those and group the 2 interior doors into one group, because I'm going to write one specification section for those, or deal with them in one part of the specification, and then the exterior door I'm going to deal with separately. So let's just create those groups. Down here under groups I can just click the plus and say, again, it creates a group, automatically generates a name. So we'll change that one to interior doors, and I'll add another group while I'm here and call this one exterior doors. Okay, so I've got my 2 groups. I can do this in a couple of ways. I could take this exterior doors group and drag it into the group assignment here in the table and drop it, and that makes that type of door, all of the entries for that type of door, into exterior groups. Or I can select groups up here and drag them down onto interior doors and does the assignment. So I can drag either direction to make the assignment. So now I've created a couple of groups. I could go through the rest of the project. I'm just going to work on the door section for now. So that's the work that I've done. I can save my project and continue on, as I say, with groupings. I'll close, go back to the project, and that's saved. Thanks.